Welcome back to Aspire for Me. I'm Jesse, this is my wife Kim, and we are doing Frugal Friday, where we're reading through the book, The Art of Frugal Hedonism. Kim, let us know what chapter we're reading this week.
We are on chapter 18, which is a nice, short, and sweet one. It's titled, Grow Your Own Greens.
Okay.
Even if you haven't done much gardening before, or just aren't interested, we most fervently recommend growing your own salad and cooking greens, and perhaps some herbs. Here's why. Leafy greens are some of the easiest, cheapest plants to grow, yet are expensive to store and transport, so are disproportionately expensive to buy. Homegrown and picked right before use, they are definitely tastier and more nutritious, not to mention pesticide-free. Greens generally don't need as much sunlight as many crops, don't take up much space, and can be grown very well in pots. Finally, you get to harvest just the amount you want rather than paying for a whole bunch of thyme when you just need a sprig or a whole lettuce when you just wanted enough for a sandwich. None of the above is true for beetroot, carrots, onions, pumpkin, or most other crops. So for maximum kickback from your horticultural efforts, focus your talent and become a master of the leaf. There's a little footnote that says almost anyone can find a good spot to grow parsley, mint, spring onions, and chives. For Mediterranean herbs, however, like rosemary, thyme, oregano, bay, and sage, only go there if you can give them at least 5 hours of sunshine a day. Also of note, you may need to grow your greens in a raised bed if your suburb has a feral tortoise problem.
Well, apparently Australia has a bit of a tortoise problem, but I don't know, maybe parts of America, North America do too. So
I think we'd have to be more concerned about rabbits, probably, and deer and slugs, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think our sister-in-law has really been enjoying gardening this year, and if you don't know, they live in the unit right below us. We live in a duplex, and so we've been getting to benefit from her growing of greens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by we I mean Kim has. I'm not much of a vegetable eater myself, but I guess on my hamburger I'll enjoy a little piece of lettuce or something here or there. But I do think that she has had quite the bountiful harvest this year, and not to say that she hasn't put any effort into her garden or anything, but it does seem like those particular plants do seem to be the ones that have given her the best yield for the least amount of effort, compared to maybe something like a tomato or a carrot or something else that maybe she's tried to grow. But
especially since she doesn't actually like to eat tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But she does grow them.
She does.
She grows a lot of vegetables she doesn't enjoy eating.
Yes, very true.
Because I think she just enjoys the growing part of it. But she doesn't like to grow flowers.
No.
So I don't understand that. When she could at least enjoy the flowers. I don't know. You'd have to ask her about all this. But another thing that made me think about this was something that you do with, I think they're green onions, where you'll take and even if you buy them from the store, you'll put because they come with like the roots attached to them, you'll put them, after you cut most of the tops off, you'll put them in a glass of water and in the windowsill where they get some sunlight, and they'll just grow right back. And you get another green onion out of your green onions. So
you can do that. I think I've done that up to 3 times, maybe 4.
Yeah.
With each green onion. So like I'll use it and then I'll put it back, and then I'll use it and then I'll put it back, and then I'll use it and then I'll put it back, and then usually at that point it's sort of like I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, and I don't know where you learned that little trick from, but
I'm sure a book or YouTube or something. Yeah.
But if you didn't know that trick, give it a try and get some 2 or 3 uses out of your green onions.
You can often do that with lettuce too. If you get a head of lettuce that either has a root base or has a lot of times like romaine lettuce will have that little round brown thing on the bottom, and often if you put that into a glass of water it will root, and then you will get more lettuce out of the same head of lettuce.
I saw you bought a head of lettuce with a root base on it.
And then I forgot to do that.
And I didn't know why the heck you'd buy a head of lettuce with a root base on it.
I meant to do it and then I just threw it away. So
well,
wah.
We won't tell anyone about that. Except for all the thousands of people on YouTube.
Right.
Okay, well, if there's any cool tricks like that you learned about gardening and growing your own leaves and stuff like that, then please let us know. And we'd love to hear any additional tricks maybe we haven't heard of yet. And please share them in the comments for others to see. And we hope you've enjoyed this Frugal Friday. Kim, do you have anything to add besides that?
I think for me the hardest part about growing greens is bolting, which happens when they get too hot.
Oh, okay.
So if you plant lettuce and spinach, you kind of have like this narrow window between when it, so if you plant it early, then maybe it's not warm enough for it to germinate and the seeds don't grow. Then once it gets warm enough, like everything grows. And then when it gets too hot, it just shoots up like things to produce seeds, and then everything gets really bitter. So I've never found that sweet spot where I can kind of keep everything growing without it bolting and getting bitter.
Mhm.
And because I'm a very easily discouraged gardener, that has definitely sort of quelled my passion for gardening. So yes, let us know down below if you are an avid greens gardener. We'd love to hear about it. Even if it's a windowsill box with some herbs that you use throughout the year, or if you're really good at, the lettuce and the spinach. And we will see you back here next week for another Frugal Friday.
Thanks for watching.